Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Hopefully everybody's doing okay. Cost of living in the Philippines. Just like everywhere else in the world, it's costing more. Yesterday, I took Grace to church. And naturally after church, we usually go to the market. Well, Grace does. I just wait on her. There's a reason for that. Because when they see a foreigner, since there's no posted prices, it doesn't cost a little more. So Grace always goes on her own. Well, we got shocked yesterday. The cost of vegetables jumped overall about 30% compared to last week. Unreal. I don't know what their thinking is on that, or why. Because the price of fuel here in the Philippines has pretty well gotten stable. It's averaging in my local area right now about 68 to 69 pesos per liter, which works out right at $5 a gallon. So it's stabilized for now. And the price of the goods is just escalating across the board. Even in the local groceries, it's gotten much higher. Our food budget has been ripped apart. I don't like to complain because I'm living a good life here, and we don't go hungry. But it does limit my resources to do other things. And the main thing is, helping those out around me here. It's going to limit it. Because, naturally, we're going to eat. The good thing is I don't have to pay any rent. Now, I don't know the current rent prices in the Philippines, but I'm sure they have escalated also. So what does that mean? That means if you're not living here and you plan on coming here, you better make sure you got enough resources coming in to support yourself. If you're going to have a partner and you support both ends, or maybe your partner has some income, whatever the case. Once upon a time, you could live fairly decent on $1,000 a month. I don't think that's possible now. You might be able to, but you're not living what they call decent. Because, transportation and groceries is going to take a good chunk of it. Personally, I'd hate to try to live on $1,000 a month here. If you wanted a decent place to live, you're going to take at least 30% of it. And that's not going to be Eastern standards or Western standards, rather. I'm sorry. Of living. You're going to have a mediocre place with limited accommodations. That's not always true, but in general, that's what you can expect. Now, there are some deals out there, and you can get a good place, for what I say, 15 to 20,000 pesos a month. That's $300 to $400 a month. And those places are still available. Uh, but you have to look for them. They won't be advertised. Cost of electricity. Now, most will come from a cooler climate, and it gets kind of warm here, especially if you're in the city. Now, it gets hot in the city. It's a big difference between where I live here in the jungle and when we go to a small city like San Carlos. It's a big difference in temperature. It's noticeable. Now, when we live in San Carlos, we run the air conditioner pretty regular. Well, we don't here. So that's going to be a pretty good cost in electricity because the price of electricity has basically doubled. You know, we went from 10 pesos per kilowatt. In my last billing, the calculation is just a tad under 19. And that's a big increase. Fortunately, I offset my billing with solar. If I wasn't using solar, my 2,500 to 3,000 pesos a month electric bill would be 10, 12,000 pesos. And the reason I know that because I've got a sub-meter and I know how many kilowatts I use solar, and I can add the two together and figure out the kilowatts that I'm being billed for. I can figure out basically what my billing would be, and a sizable difference. You know, it's getting unreal. This is not just pertaining to the Philippines. This is worldwide. And one has, in my opinion, in my opinion, like everybody else, everybody's got one. We've let corporations under capitalism get out of control. And there's no cure for it at this time. I don't know when it's going to finally pop the lid and the western side of the world starts putting control on capitalism again. Capitalism is a great thing. Opens the door for opportunities for many people over many years. But when you drop the caps on it, it creates a problem for us that work for them. What I mean by that, the elite now has control of most of the capitalism. And they're not being penalized for their massive profit gains. We're talking about huge profits. We're not talking about politics now. We're talking about what corporations are doing. Their profits is off the chart. Stock market, record profits, off the chart. Corporations buying their stock back. And you know what? It's out of control. Let's get back to living in the Philippines. We live here. There's a lot of expats that live here. And I'm sure they're feeling the pinch too. Now, there's quite a few here that it doesn't affect that much, but they notice it. It's all bearing up on their income. But you take someone like me, I've only got Social Security. That's my sole source of income. I really feel the effect. Now, the sad part about this is, as I've stated in many videos, that Grace and I will always have a little Christmas deal where we pass food out. And we try to have an entertaining day, or a few hours rather. It's not a whole day, a few hours. Where we have games and so forth for the kids. And it's just a time of year. It's that one few hours that's if you're not here, it's hard to describe. Well, this year I can see it coming. It's going to be very limited, very limited. Because, just to be honest with you, the cost of living, we've not been able to put our resources, enough of it back, to do a big thing. It's going to be much, much smaller. We'll probably end up doing probably 40 to 50% less. And who does that hurt? Not us. We're okay. But it hurts those people that need it most. I know what they make in my surrounding area here. It's no fault of their own, it's just what's available. 175 pesos a day is the average wage in this area. Even in the skilled labor side, like a carpenter, Of course, when I use a carpenter, I pay more because it's just the way I feel. I don't use a carpenter very often anymore. I'm going to, hopefully next year. I'm going to renovate some, painting and so forth, just maintenance mostly. But the average wage for a carpenter in this area is about 300 pesos a day, which is just a tad over $6. Those are the ones it hurts most. It's going to limit the quality of food they're going to get. But that's the way it is. And there's nothing personally I can do about it. And all I can do is just think about it and hope for the best. But folks, I'm glad you're sitting by and you're listening to me. And I appreciate you, I really do. So everybody have a great day and stay tuned. Maybe I'll have something else to add to it.